All right. Hello, guys. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of my real estate podcast called Best Places to Live. And today, my guest is Pam Heinold. She is from Pensacola, Florida. And I have to pause there. Did I say your last name properly?
It's Heinold.
Heinold. All right.
Yes.
We got Pam Heinold. And we're obviously going to link to her contact information in the show notes so you can click on it. Just make it extra easy for you guys listening and watching. But yeah, we are talking about Pensacola, Florida today. And I am recording from California. I live in Orange County, California, Southern California. And there has been a trend of people moving from places like California and New York. I'm not one of those people. I'm staying right here in my hometown. But people are relocating out. And one of the biggest states to see migration coming in is Florida. So this is a great episode. And particularly, I think Pensacola is of interest because it's not one of the typical cities you hear coming up on people's radar. Tend to hear Miami, Orlando, some of these bigger areas. But Pensacola has definitely caught my attention. So I'm interested to hear Pam's take on all things Pensacola. But before we jump into Pensacola, I do want you, Pam, to introduce yourself. Tell us about you as a real estate agent and also you in terms of your experience with Pensacola. Were you born there? Did you move there? How did you end up in Pensacola?
Okay. Well, I was born in Omaha, Nebraska, but
Okay.
I grew up actually in California. So San Bernardino, California was where I grew up all of my growing up years. And so I'm very familiar with California and living there. But I came to Pensacola when I decided to go to college. There are three universities or colleges here. One is the University of West Florida. The second one is Pensacola State College. And then there's Pensacola Christian College. And I came here to go to Pensacola Christian College and I graduated from there. That's where I met my husband, who was from Illinois. And we ended up staying here. We got married. He got a job here and we ended up here and stayed here. We're still here. So my husband, in fact, just retired from his company after 33 years with that company. Here.
Wow. Well, Pam, we are long lost friends because I was born and raised in Redlands, California, which is about 3 minutes from San Bernardino, where you grew up.
Yes.
How about
I
that?
was married in Redlands.
Small world. Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
Redlands High graduate right here.
Wow, great.
So awesome. Well, good to connect with you on the show. And it's interesting. Colleges is often a reason someone goes to an area. And if you liked it so much that you decided to stay, that is a pretty awesome thing. And tell us about your real estate experience. Have you been selling real estate for a while?
Yes, I've been in real estate sales for 17 and a half years. And
Okay.
I love it. It's been great for me.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, good. Well, I'm excited to talk about all things Pensacola today. I will let you guys know, too, part of the reason I reached out to Pam to get her on the show is Pensacola was recently ranked as one of the best places to live. It ranked, there's many articles out there. Forbes does a list, US News does a list, but Pensacola was ranked on CNBC's list of best places to live. It ranked in the top 50 places in the United States. So it's a popular spot. So can you start, Pam, just tell us geographically speaking, where is Pensacola, Florida?
Okay. Pensacola is on the farthest western end of the panhandle of Florida. So the farthest west you can go in Florida, that's where Pensacola is.
So you're on the Gulf of Mexico, and I believe you're by Alabama. Is that right?
Yes, we were very close to Alabama. You can go north or you can go east to Alabama.
Okay, that's interesting.
Or west. I'm sorry, west to Alabama.
It's like
yeah, because it kind of goes, like that.
Sure. Down. And as far as the area, is it a major metropolitan? How many people live there? And for today's episode, are we talking about a specific city or sort of an area overall, made up of more than one city, more than one zip code? Is it one county? Tell us about that.
Sure. Okay, the Pensacola area is really most of Escambia County. And I would say that the city of Pensacola is very small, actually. There are only maybe around 60 to 70,000 people in the city, Pensacola proper. But for instance, I live in Pensacola, but I'm actually in the county, not in the city.
I see.
But my address is still Pensacola. And there are probably 10 or so zip codes that make up Pensacola or the Pensacola area. In the county, well, I would say the Pensacola area, okay, in general, there's more like 350,000 people that live here in this area. So it's spread out. It's very spread out across the county, most of the county. So it doesn't feel like 350, but it is.
Yeah, good. That's a nice size. It's a happy medium.
Yes.
And because this is a real estate show, I have to ask you about the real estate prices. I will let you know, just for comparison for our listeners, the United States median sales price. This is all across the entire country. The median is $386,000 right now. It's actually a high for us, but it's 386. So how does that compare to Pensacola, Florida?
Okay, so for single family homes, the median sales price is about $288,000.
Ah, very good.
So that's a nice single family home price point, for the median price point. Condos average, or the median price there, is $405,000, which is still, pretty reasonable, I think, for a condominium. Most condominiums that we have here are out on the beaches, but we do have some in town as well.
So, but this is interesting. This is, I believe, the first time on my show that always a house costs more than a condo. And it sounds like you just said the opposite. Condos cost more than a house. Is that because it's the location?
Yes. Most condominiums are waterfront. They're going to be out on the Gulf of Mexico or on the bays. There's some on Escambia Bay and Pensacola Bay, so it'll be usually on water. There are some smaller condominium units more in town, but not a lot. And those are going to be your lower end condos. I don't mean low end and bad, but just, lower priced, smaller condos. They may not have as many amenities, that kind of thing. But yeah, in general, the condominiums are going to be more expensive.
Okay, got it. And as far as the real estate market, are you guys seeing prices rising? Do you have, like much of the country, the low inventory, multiple offers, anything you can share there?
Absolutely, yes. We do have a low inventory available for sale. It is rising, though. It may be, I don't know how it is across the country, but here it is starting to rise. And that is spreading out the number of buyers per property. Yes, we used to get many, many, many offers per property. I've had up to 25 offers on my listings at one time when it first went on the market.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I heard of a home that one of my buyers was interested in, and he had over 50 offers on that property. So it is still very much multiple offers on a lot of properties, but I have seen a shift, though. It is starting to calm down a little bit. There may still be multiple offers, but just not as many. And with the higher inventory coming in, that is helping the situation on the buyer side for sure.
Yeah. Well, being an agent myself, I can tell you if it slows down just a hair, it is a welcome change from me personally. And I think the buyers will enjoy it. And quite frankly, the sellers as well, because I think from a seller standpoint, it seems exciting that you're going to get overwhelmed with multiple offers. And yet you have to have a roof over your head. So you're going to be in that same scenario soon as you pick up the keys on the other side. So if it does slow down just a hair, I'll be very happy and welcome that in. So thank you for sharing the
Yes, you're welcome.
climate there. So let's talk about the area overall in terms of the culture and the vibe. Why do you think people move there and choose to live there? And demographically speaking, do you see retirees coming in, younger professionals? Who is choosing Pensacola as home?
Well, because we are Florida, Florida
Mm-hmm.
is the sunshine state.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of people moving from the north down here. They want to get
Sure.
out of the snow. They want warmer weather. It is, of course, warmer here, very much, especially in the summer, naturally. But we are about 10 degrees colder here than, say, South Florida is.
Ah,
So no matter, what time of year, um, we will be about 10 degrees cooler. So if it's 100 down in Miami, it'll be 90 here. You know,
excellent. See, I never knew that, and that is fascinating because if you can move to Florida and get the sunshine and yet take away a little degree of the heat, which
yes,
in the summer that's probably a welcome thing. That
yes,
seems like a very nice climate.
exactly. And
Mhm.
then we do get buyers coming in from really all places across the country. The biggest places seem to be right now California, but also New York, Michigan, Tennessee, even Louisiana. Even though they're in the South, they tend to move over here to Pensacola area. So various places, yes.
Mhm. Awesome. And do you see this as a second home market? Is this a vacation area or is it more people moving in for full-time residence?
I see people moving in more for full-time residents. However, the condo sales on the beaches will be more of your second home market.
Got it.
So it's both, really.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay. So, can you tell us a little bit more about the homes and the neighborhood? So, if someone's going to move to your area, is there an area that people tend to gravitate towards? I imagine it's like my area here in Orange County. People, when they first come to the area, say they want to be by the beach, and then maybe as an agent, you show them something a little more inland. What can you tell us about the neighborhoods?
sure. Okay. Right now in the Pensacola area, the East Hill area is a hot area. It's an old area. Um, Pensacola is a very old city. It was America's first settlement, and so it's an old city. So these homes in East Hill are old. However, they are being remodeled, updated, refurbished, and then every other little lot that is vacant and not built on,
Hmm.
builders are snapping them up like crazy and building brand new construction on them.
Ah,
So it's a very much revitalizing area, even though it is an older area in
mhm.
general. So that's one area of town that is a hot area. Then there is the Northwest Pensacola area. It's hard to build any more south because you hit water. It's
Mhm.
hard to build any more east because you hit water. So if you go west, you hit Alabama. If you go north, you hit Alabama.
I see.
Um, so then anyway, the northwest area and even just north area of Pensacola, those areas are growing very fast. There's a lot of brand new neighborhoods in
Hmm.
northwest Pensacola, which is considered the Beulah area of town. Lots of new neighborhoods there and just really nice homes out there. So,
Awesome. And these, because it's an older area in that east area, are we talking historic homes like 1900s built, or how old?
Yes, in East Hill, it's
Mm-hmm.
going to be more the southeast part of
Mm-hmm.
town. And yes, they are very old homes. They are built in the early 1900s.
Wow.
Some definitely were built around 1900. And of course, if you go downtown, there it is a historic area, and you'll find some in the 1800s down
Wow.
there.
Yeah, it's interesting because whenever I think of Florida, I tend to picture like Miami or Fort Lauderdale, and I'm picturing all these high-rise, ultra-modern kind of
Right.
condos, and then to have a little historic piece and then blend that in with the beach sounds like a pretty
Yes,
cool environment.
definitely. It definitely is. The downtown area is a hot spot. It
Mm-hmm.
did not used to be years ago. It was declining, but for the last, oh, good 15, 20 years now, it has been on the uprise. It has been improved. There's a downtown improvement board that specializes in just that. And it is really, there are parks, there are um, shopping and restaurants, and just a really nice area. One section, one street that's really popular is Palafox Street. It
Mm-hmm.
kind of reminds you of a New Orleans street in downtown New
Cool.
Orleans,
Yeah.
but it heads straight down to the water at the very end of Palafox. You can look at the bay, look at the boats in the yacht club there, and it's just really nice area.
Very cool. Yeah, that sounds like a charming little spot.
It is.
And as far as the economy, does the city seem to be growing? Are there major employers or industries there, or maybe anything in the news recently that's sort of drawing people to the area?
Well, the military is very big here. We
Mm,
have Pensacola NAS, we have Whiting Field, both in Pensacola, and then nearby in we have over in Fort Walton we have Hurlburt Field, and then in Milton we have another base over there as well. So
oh,
the military is big here. Another industry is medical. We have several
okay.
hospitals in the area, along with the military hospital. And
Okay.
then education is big, like I had mentioned earlier, with the three different universities, colleges.
Mhm.
And then one other, I guess, large company we have that has moved in here recently in the last few years is Navy Federal. They have moved their call center here, and they have thousands and thousands of employees, and they are growing continuously.
Wow.
So that is a big employer here in Pensacola.
Okay, got it. And once we do move there, or maybe me looking for real estate investments all the time, once you get there, what do people do for recreation and entertainment? Maybe you can describe a typical weekend of activities, anything from parks, lakes, beaches, museums, concerts, wineries, breweries, you name it. But what do you guys do for fun?
Okay. We do have some great music opportunities. We have the Pensacola Symphony. We
Ah,
have
very cool.
we do have we have a another smaller Pensacola band type of group. We have what's called bands on the beach. They play, different groups play out over there on the beach area every week in the summertime. We have the we have some really great rivers and um, boating opportunities, hiking opportunities, fishing opportunities, both over in the Milton area um, and throughout Pensacola, in Perdido Key area as well.
Oh,
So if you're an outdoors type of person and you like to fish, of course you can fish off the piers down off the beaches, but there's other um, not salt water, but what do you call it? Not white
Fresh
water.
water. Fresh water.
Fresh water is what I'm trying to think of. Yes, freshwater opportunities for
Yes.
fishing or boating and kayaking, that type of thing.
Yeah, really neat.
Yes, very nice. We do have museums,
Mm-hmm.
shopping, restaurants downtown as well.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, ballparks for the kids. The one of the biggest attractions here also is the Pensacola Aviation Museum.
Mm-hmm.
And it is out on Pensacola NAS on the base, and it is the number 3 attraction in the state of Florida. So in the whole state, we have this aviation museum, and it is really something to see. Definitely a major attraction here.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, I also want to ask you about the beaches. Can you tell us about, I'm going to combine this question with the weather. The reason I asked that is because when I was doing some pre-research on your area, it did mention that, being Florida, there are some hurricanes, but I also read some really cool information about essentially some sort of man-made breaker or little island or something to kind of protect your area when the storms kick up. So can you share about the weather and also your beaches?
Okay, sure. The weather is generally warm. Of course, very hot in the summer. It is humid here as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's, of course, very different from the West because of that. The West is very dry. Here we are humid. But it is a wonderful area, lots of sunshine. Although statistically, believe it or not, July is the rainiest month.
Okay.
Some Julys we get not as much rain. This July that we just had, we have had quite a bit of rain.
Okay.
So, it's just how it is. It comes and goes, and that's just how it is. But as far as the beaches, yes, we have Pensacola Beach, which is great. We have over in Perdido Key, the Perdido Key beaches, and then all along down the coast towards Navarre Beach, Fort Walton Beach. Those are great beaches as well. We do have the whitest sands in the world. That is wonderful. It's sugary white sands, and it's not rocky at all. It's not brown at all. It's white.
Yeah.
But because of that, and it's beautiful. Because of that, though, you have to be careful when you are out at the beach because you will get burned much more easily than, say, you might on the beaches on the West Coast or on the East Coast.
Sure.
It's just how it is. It reflects the light and sun reflects that sand quite a bit, and you can get burned very easily.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, though, you're right about the beauty, though, because I did look up some photos of your beaches before connecting with you, and it is as beautiful, if not more beautiful, than any Caribbean water or any vacation spot you can think of. So it's really pretty to see.
Yes.
So circling back to the real estate, I do want to ask you if you think this is a good market to invest in, either for a second home or maybe just a rental property. And is Airbnb a thing? Meaning, I don't mean to exclude Verbo, but meaning the short-term vacation rental market.
Right. Yes. There are a lot of investors investing in real estate here.
Mm-hmm.
You can buy homes, update them, fix them up, whatever. There's a lot of fixer-uppers here because, again, we have a lot of older homes here as well as new, but a lot of older homes because Pensacola is such an old city.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of opportunity there for fixing up and renovating. You can certainly flip homes. There are people doing that, but you can hold them, fix them up, hold them, rent them out. Definitely the rental market is very strong here. And then the Airbnb, Verbo, definitely that is a thing here as well. So you do have opportunities for that as well. Yes.
Very interesting. And I imagine with the military bases nearby, that should help with keeping your tenants full as well.
Yes, it's not a problem keeping your tenants,
Mhm.
keeping tenants in your properties. That is not a problem. Like I said, it's a very strong rental market. There's
Mhm.
really not enough housing for everyone. So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's really made the rental pricing
Yeah.
really go up.
Well, I can tell you everywhere in the country is experiencing, or maybe not every country, every area, but I'm pretty sure every area is experiencing housing shortage. I read that the United States is short 4.5 million housing units. So we have to put more housing somewhere, but we just haven't kept up with, I guess, population growth. So it's
Yes.
an interesting challenge that kind of everywhere is seeing. Well, I do have three final questions for you today, but before we get there, I do want to give you the opportunity to share your contact information. If someone wants to get in touch with you, how shall they reach you?
Okay. They can reach me by phone or text message at 850-232-2332. And then by email, it's Pam, P-A-M, at Pam, P-A-M, Heinold, HEINOLD.com. So Pam at PamHeinold.com.
Very good. Thank you for sharing that. I think you've done an excellent job representing your area. I expect you to get lots of calls and emails. So thank you for sharing that.
That would be great. Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And so I do have my final three questions for you.
Okay.
Number one is if you can share one tip or thing that an out of area home buyer should know, but often doesn't know when they move to your area.
Okay. I think the number one thing would be, I mentioned it already, but be careful of the white sands on the beaches.
Mhm.
Because so you don't get burned. Make sure you
Yeah.
slather on that sunscreen.
Sure.
Because everybody, of course, when they come here, they want to see the beaches. That's
Yes.
our most wonderful natural resource that we have here. But then also just be aware of the humidity.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't like humidity, but there are some good things that come out of humidity as well, such as it really helps your skin. So
Yes.
you don't tend to wrinkle up as fast in humid weather as you do in dry weather.
Listen, you get some good hair product and you'll be good to go.
That's all you
I
need.
enjoy the humidity. Yes.
Right.
All right. So question number two is if you can share a deal of the day, tell us about an actual listing you know of, something that you can sell right here on the show.
Okay. I've got a listing that is a deal of the day. It is a home that is 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, plus an office and a sunroom or dining room, depending on how you want to use it, kind of a flex room. It's got a nice size lot, about 4/10 of an acre,
Okay.
and it's listed at $385,000. All the appliances stay. It's all updated. It has granite countertops and quartz countertops in the kitchen and bathrooms, tile and wood floors throughout the home. It is it's in a beautiful golf course neighborhood.
Oh,
So
cool.
very, very nice homes around it. And it backs up to a natural wooded area. So you don't have any homes behind you. And it's a great home. It's for sale right now. 385. Call me today if you're interested because
Awesome. And whereabout is that?
okay, it's in the subdivision of Marcus Point.
Okay.
Point has an E on the end, Marcus Point, and it is a 4-star golf course neighborhood.
Very cool.
And you don't have to be a member of the golf club to live here. It's just a great neighborhood, pretty centrally located in town, and I think most people would really enjoy this area.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that. That
Oh, you're
sounds like
welcome.
fun and a good price too for a turnkey product like that.
Yes, yes.
All right. So my final question for you is that if you can share something to do or see if we come visit you for the weekend.
Okay. I would definitely take you to the beaches for sure. Everybody wants to see the beaches. Secondly, I would take you to that Naval Aviation Museum. That is a sight to behold for sure. It's much bigger and just incredibly well done, more than you might think. It's not some little podunk museum, even though we have other museums here. That is a national aviation museum, and it's
Awesome.
a very nice thing to see.
Hmm. Awesome. Well, I would definitely check out both of those. How about, is there a downtown area that maybe we should have dinner at or coffee at? Any shopping or dining that you recommend we should see?
Absolutely. Downtown on Palafox Street,
Hmm.
there's a restaurant called Jackson's Restaurant. It is a fine dining restaurant. So it's a little on the higher end as far as pricing, but it sits right on Palafox. It has beautiful open windows on that corner all the way around. So it's light and bright. It happens to be where my daughter got engaged at
Oh,
that
cool.
restaurant when she got engaged. So I recommend it highly. The service and food is outstanding. It kind of has a historical ring to it because of Jackson's, the name of it being Andrew Jackson, having that name. So
Very
that would
cool.
be a place, There also, though, right down the street from Jackson's is an outdoor food truck area, basically. So
Okay.
the food trucks are kind of a big thing now.
Fun. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
on the next corner down on Government Street in Palafox, you'll find these different food truck areas here there where you can grab some tacos or burritos, whatever else. They've
Yeah.
got other neat things to eat there, and
Yeah.
shopping down there is great as well.
Awesome. Well, it sounds like a really fun area. I love that you mentioned it's 10 degrees cooler. That's a big plus. And I love the historic aspect of it as well. I had never paid attention or knew that. So thank you for sharing all that. And my friend from formerly San Bernardino, I appreciate you coming on the show.
Yes, you're welcome, Danae. Happy
All
to be
right.
here. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
absolutely. And you guys know how to find Pam if you want to research Pensacola, Florida, move there, invest there. She's the one to contact. See you guys. Have a great day.